What's going on, you guys? This is SpongeBob, Sky, New York Rangers, and Jetpool Fan 2016 here. And today, I'm going to talk about one of the baddest NHL seasons that I ever saw or heard of. I'm going to start with the 1990s and early 2000 New York Rangers. Ever since 1997 till the NHL lockout ended in 2005, the Rangers struggled for 9 years and they didn't make the playoffs in between 1997 until 2006. The fans were relieved that they were in the playoffs that year, but they got swept out in 4 games against the New Jersey Devils. And the fans were just relieved that they were in the playoffs. And now I'm gonna talk about the 2009-10 season. The Rangers were having a tough time that season. They kept on struggling, and even Al Ryan's team was struggling too. That they were in last place and we were in 4th. And in the final game of the season, there was a battle in a shootout between the Rangers and the Flyers fighting for a playoff spot. The Philadelphia Flyers won and we lost the playoffs because of it. And I was really pissed off that night. I will never forget us missing the playoffs against the Philadelphia Flyers. It was terrible. It was really bad. That I really hated that season a lot. I'm now going to talk about the 2013 and 14 season. In October 2013, the Rangers struggled in a lot of away games, even when their arena, Madison Square Garden, was under construction when they were trying to build that bridge in the arena. And by the time but they did get a lot better in the middle of the season. They did have a good year, but they lost the Stanley Cup to the Los Angeles Kings, which really pissed me off. And back in June of 2014, and the Kings just beat us, which led me to disliking the Kings. They beat us in 5 games in the Stanley Cup final. And the Rangers were unable to win the Stanley Cup that year in 2014. But they did have a good playoff run. But the season wasn't even that bad. I just disliked the LA Kings a little bit, but I don't mind anyone else in the Western Conference. Also, even Al Ryan's team failed to make the playoffs that year, even because they were in last place in Metropolitan. Next, I'm going to talk about the 2015 and 2016 season. Though mine and Al Ryan's teams were doing good that year, but when with the 2016 playoffs, the Rangers got destroyed by the Pittsburgh Penguins that year. Pittsburgh was too strong that they beat us in 5 games. And I was pissed off when they got eliminated. I was pissed off the entire series when they kept losing to them very badly. We only won 1 game, and that was on April 16th. We got eliminated from them before spring break. My spring break. It was disgusting, that series. And then the Penguins ended up winning the Stanley Cup that year, which I felt more pissed off about. And they destroyed San Jose's hopes of winning the Stanley Cup. Because the Sharks never won a Stanley Cup before. I bet it was heartbreaking to anyone that's a Sharks fan. And I was pissed off because San Jose deserved the Stanley Cup because they're a really good NHL team. It was just upsetting. And the following year, the Rangers were doing good that they actually moved on to the second round of the playoffs against the Ottawa Senators, but we lost to the Ottawa Senators. We played Montreal in the first round. But then, on Al Ryan's story, his team failed the playoffs after 3 years by 1 point against the Toronto Maple Leafs. They were so close because Toronto beat the Pittsburgh Penguins on the day I went to the new Nassau Coliseum, and the Penguins ended up destroying everyone again in the playoffs. They even destroyed Ottawa's Senators' hopes of making the finals after a decade, since 2007, and they ended up winning the Stanley Cup again against the Nashville Predators, and the Nashville Predators never won a Stanley Cup either. And the Penguins treated the Predators like they treated the Sharks in 2016. I was pissed because they repeated as champions. And this season is starting to turn out really bad. The 2017-18 season's looking really bad for the Rangers right now. Even Al Ryan's team, the Isles, they're both doing bad. That's really tough right now. If the Rangers don't change the way they're playing, they're not going to make the playoffs this year. After 8 years of greatness, it all comes to an end right here if we don't do that well. We're going to end up missing the playoffs again if we don't do this so well. And it's going to be like the 2009-2010 season. If they fail the playoffs, then this will probably be my new most hated hockey season. Because it was disgusting for us. We were also struggling back in October. We only had 4 wins and more losses. But we bounced back in November, but we started doing bad again ever since we lost to the Colorado Avalanche back in January. So let's keep our hopes up now that we at least get a wild card spot. Probably against the Tampa Bay Lightning or Capitals. I most likely hope they play Tampa Bay, even though I dislike them. Because I really hate the Capitals. Maybe we could beat the Bolts. We could at least try to make a difference against them instead of what happened in 2015 when we had a second shot of making the finals again. We lost them in 2015 Eastern Conference Finals. The same day I went to the 2015 Special Games, in which I go to every year, which is 4 months from now, which I really look forward to. I just hope we make it at least a wild card. So let's keep our hopes up now. I guess that's it. Those are one of the NHL seasons that I hate so far. Bye.